Sonnet 126 by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. O thou, my lovely boy, who in thy power dost hold time's fickle glass, his sickle hour, who hast by waning grown, and therein showest thy lover's withering, as thy sweet self growest. If nature, sovereign mistress over wrack, as thou goest onward, still will pluck thee back, she keeps thee to this purpose, that her skill may time disgrace and wretched minutes kill. Yet fear her. O thou minion of her pleasure, she may detain, but not still keep her treasure. Her audit, though delayed, answered must be, and her quietus is to render thee. Okay, this poem is, or this sonnet is the last in the sonnets about the fair youth. And this is talking about the inevitability of death. Death is something that cannot be avoided. And this poem is saying that, yes, the fair youth is one of nature's favourites. This is something he's somebody. The fair youth is somebody that nature loves because he's given him great beauty, and he's really remarkable. And his beauty is something that Shakespeare is amazed by, and also the other people that are after the fair youth. And nature loves the fair youth as well, and nature may well keep the fair youth beautiful and young for more years than normal, but eventually nature is going to have to give up the fair youth, give him to death, because death is something that happens to everyone, and his beauty will disappear. Okay, so he's talking about the youth's beauty and how it's special compared to everybody else, and that he thinks that the fair youth is a favourite of nature, but the fair youth cannot stay beautiful forever. And yes, Shakespeare's going to immortalise his beauty in his poetry. However, old age and death and loss of beauty is not something that the fair youth is ever going to be able to avoid. So, O thou, my lovely boy, who in thy power dost hold time's fickle glass, his sickle hour. So, clearly, first of all, this is to the fair youth, my lovely boy, and you hold time's hourglass, the hourglass. You hold the measurement of time. You're holding back. It's like you're holding back time. You're keeping time back, and you have power over time because you're holding the hourglass, this egg timer. His sickle hour, his sickle, time cuts people down. The sickle is a curved blade to harvest with. And it's saying that you have some power over time. Yeah, you seem sometimes immune to time's capacity, immune to time. Who hast by waning grown, and therein showest thy lover's withering, as thy sweet self growest. So over time, you've grown stronger, you've grown more beautiful, And as you become more beautiful, you show your lovers withering. Me as well, Shakespeare as well. Your sweet self grows, so you grow more and more beautiful. But this shows up your lovers, shows your lovers up, shows me up, that I'm getting old, that I'm getting uglier and older, and you seem to get more beautiful over time, whereas I am clearly getting older and older. And like this, you're holding the fickle hourglass of time. Yeah. Okay, you are holding his destructive power. Okay, so you're holding back the sadnesses of time for yourself, but not for the rest of us. If nature, sovereign mistress over wrack, as thou goest onwards, will pluck thee back. So nature, who is the mistress, the ruler over wrack and ruin, over destruction. So nature is the queen, is the power over wrack and ruin. And as you move forward through time, as you progress towards death, it's as if she will pull you back. And she's keeping you young. So it almost looks like nature keeps pulling you back in time, keeping you young. She keeps thee to this purpose, that her skill may time disgrace and wretched minutes kill. So time is keeping you, nature is keeping you for this, because like this, nature can fight with time, and nature keeps pulling you back in time. And like this, she can disgrace time, she can kill the minutes of time, she can destroy part of time, she can destroy part of time's inevitable onslaught. And this is why nature is keeping you young, because it's showing her strength against that killer time. Yet fear her, O thou minion of her pleasure. She may detain, but not still keep her treasure. So, be frightened of nature, though. O minion, you are a servant of her pleasure. You are the subject of her pleasure. So, nature can change her mind at any moment. You are nature's servant. She may detain, she may keep you from death, she may keep pulling you back from death. But she's not, in the end, going to be able to keep you alive forever. She can't keep her treasure forever. And at some point, nature's going to change her mind and just let time take its course. But at the moment, nature is pulling you back in time, is keeping you young, to disgrace time, to destroy some of the power of time. And then we have but this is the warning. She may detain, but not still keep her treasure. So she may keep death away, but not forever. This is something that is not going to last forever. Her audit, though delayed, answered must be. So the audit, the adding of the bills, at the end of the time, the bill, though delayed, answered must be. So the bill for keeping you alive, it can be delayed, you can be pulled back, but at some point this bill must be paid. And her quietus is to render thee. And the only way to satisfy this debt, to satisfy this, is to give you up to death. So she may pull you back time and time again, but at one point nature will stop. She'll say, that's enough. Yeah, because you're the minion of her pleasure, you're subject to her pleasure. And then the bill will be paid, the butcher's bill must be paid, and the only way to satisfy this debt is to give you up to death. Now, normally there should be 2 more lines, yeah, to make a sonnet, because this is only 12 lines. However, as this is the last in the fair use sonnet, it ends at a very good point here, because it's cut short. And here we've got this idea of life being cut, that life doesn't go on infinitely, and it's almost like the sonnet has been cut, and that's death, that is the end. And clearly this is ending, or this sonnet is ending with the idea of the death of the fair youth, and death will come. That's what Shakespeare's saying, that death is not something that can be avoided, that time will eventually get its payment. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 126 by William Shakespeare.